I think those were simpler times. We simply did not plan as much as we do today. There are more opportunities to know about things and there are fellowships available. I passed out in 1980 from Dr. Rajendra Prasad Centre at the All India Institute, and the option that I had was to get a senior residency. I had been exposed to oculoplasty and glaucoma, and I idolized Professor Y. Dayal, who was the father of the oculoplastic surgery in the country, and he was doing a wide range. I also loved what Dr. N.N. Sood, our glaucoma surgeon, was doing. And the unit that they headed was a combined unit. So that is the unit I opted for my 3-year senior residency, which is what you would consider as the fellowship of today. And that's how I got into oculoplasty and glaucoma. When I shifted as faculty to Maulana Azad Medical College in 1984, they had a glaucoma clinic, but there was no oculoplastic service at all. So I had the opportunity as a faculty to start the oculoplastic service from the scratch, and that is how I landed up in oculoplastics, which of course I loved from the exposure that we had of watching what Professor Dayal did. Well, I'm not quite sure about the gem part of it, but well, yes, the success, as you said, does not come easy. Genius, as they say, is 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. So you have to work hard for it. I joined the oculoplastic service, or rather created the oculoplastic service at Guru Nanak Eye Centre. We did not have any patients in the beginning. There was no existing service. So we started getting some patients. I had nothing to document or present. The first cases we got were some really bad cases of cicatricial entropion, which was very common due to trachoma. Operated multiple times, started doing some grafts in them, collected those results, started presenting them. And then as the cases accumulated, I could present more and more. I was determined to let those services get established, so I had to present, I had to speak at various fora, I had to present at All India Ophthalmic Society and have some publications. There were no facilities, of course. There were no documentation facilities, so we had to really work hard at making those VHS films, spending overnight at some studios in Connaught Place and edit them. There were no photographing facilities, so we had to buy our own reels, chrome reels they used to be called, and have them processed at Mahatas, which was the only place in Delhi where you could have those slides created from those color chrome slides. So we did all that, presented frequently and collected more and more patients, looked after them till we started getting a good volume of patients. So the mantra for success is really your sense of motivation to do well. You must realize that you cannot get what you want unless you are fully motivated for succeeding and you're willing to work very hard for it. So I think that is the key to any success. That is very true. You have to love your profession. We really love our work, and only then you can get ahead in life. I don't think there is still any better profession than medical profession, in spite of all the hardships, all the difficulties that we are facing today with all the consumer protection acts and the change in attitude of public. But still, there is no more rewarding profession than medical profession in terms of the satisfaction, and certainly more when you are a surgeon. We've had several moments when you feel elated, when you feel thrilled when you get some results. I'll give you an example. There was this 30-year-old man who was a trainer, athletic trainer. He had developed a thyroid eye disease. He had severe exophthalmos. He had started losing vision. He had intractable glaucoma and a constant pain. He wanted to commit suicide. He came in and he said that unless you cure me, I'm going to commit suicide. We did a bilateral decompression. His glaucoma was controlled, his vision was stabilized, improved, and he went back to his daily routine, working back as an athletic coach and doing his daily life, a happy life. And that was very rewarding. We really felt that we had achieved something, saved a life. And there are such moments every day that you can savor, that you can enjoy, and we must look at that as our biggest satisfaction. Unless the patient satisfaction is our goal, unless we want to really love what we are doing, we will not be happy and we will not be successful. So love your profession, love patients, and do your best for everyone. Just spoke about some of the challenges that we faced in the initial years of starting oculoplastic services, but there were many more. There were no material available. When I started, there was no material for lacrimal intubation, for orbital floor implants, nothing available in the country. There were no needles for fascia lata to be introduced. We started with artery forceps. We started to get some silicone tubes by requesting one of the importers to get it for us, but we could not introduce them into lacrimal passages, so we took out those stillets from the stainless steel needles that used to come for injection, hypodermic needles. We took those stillets, put them in those tubes, and used that rigidity to introduce silicone tubes. Then we started cutting blocks out of, we got some silicone blocks from somewhere. We started cutting them. They were very hard. It was one task cutting a piece out of them or making a plate out of them. We started using floor implants. So all this had to be pioneered. All of this had to be created de novo. There were no examples to look at. There were no films to look at. You had to struggle. You had to read every time and go on. Oculoplastics is a very wide field. You have huge variety of cases. Even today, I need to read ever so often for for a case which I find is new, or for a procedure that I'm doing after a year or two, and there are a lot of them. So you need to keep working hard to get to that entire range, to improve in your surgeries. And when you have no examples in the beginning to look at, or when you have no YouTube films like you have these days to see how to do the procedure, we had to read, we had to work hard to read again every time we did a procedure and try and improve upon ourselves. So the basic mantra is perseverance, desire to do well, and work hard to do what you want to. You may have to innovate, you may have to work as a team to try and get some things organized in a difficult circumstances, but you have to persevere. So if you do persevere, you will succeed. So choose your profession wisely. Think before you take up oculoplastics. Once you take it up and you love it, you are bound to succeed in it. It will require dedication. It will require hard work, which is essential, integral to your success in oculoplastics, but you love it, and that is what you need. You have to work hard for it, look positively ahead, don't ever look back with regret, think ahead, plan ahead, be positive, be dedicated to your profession. I'm sure you can succeed. There is no way that with full sense of involvement and full hard work you can ever fail in your goals. Thank you.